Coach, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say. There aren't too many times I could say I'm disappointed, in how we performed, but I am disappointed today. We're better than that. And we did some good things, certainly. As I always say, you can watch the film and we're going to see some things that were good, but we didn't play well enough to beat Utah today, and that's just bottom line. Our energy wasn't where it needed to be. Our rebounding certainly, was an indicator of the outcome of the game. And tomorrow these guys rest tomorrow, and Tuesday we get back to work. That's it. That's all I know is work. So you look at it, you figure it out, you work. You look at it, you figure it out, you work. And so that's what we'll continue to do. But I'm definitely disappointed in the outcome of the game.
Jared, with that, they obviously set the tone right off the bat. Seemed to have energy right from the start and kind of kept that throughout the game. Was it just difficult for your team to match that, or I don't know if they ever did?
Yeah, I don't know. It felt like it. It felt like it to me. I felt like it was trying to gate, but these guys might think differently. Sometimes, I'm not in their little huddles and things that they do before the game. I wasn't, a part of warm-ups, but it felt a little bit low energy for me. And they came out and bombs away, boom, 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 threes, and a team that shoots the ball the way they do, if that's how they start, their energy is going to be on 10 all night long. And so I don't think we guarded the three-point line very well early, and that's definitely important against Utah because once they get going, it's hard to rein them in.
You mentioned to me the other day that, Lynn's so tough on the second time around, and once again, it's a totally different game. I know they were missing Glyton and they add McFarland, but what kind of changes did they make from Friday aside from the personnel?
I actually didn't really see any changes. A little bit of zone at the very end of the game, but I didn't see any adjustments other than, some action that was like a two-man game and a stagger on the weak side, which, held our weak side defense a little bit longer than it should have. But I didn't see anything different defensively.
Just curious what your thoughts were on the offense as a whole. Looks like you guys shot 44%, but just wondering what you liked about it and what needs to be improved.
Well, 67 points and 44% is good. You can beat a lot of teams like that. But getting out rebounded by 23 and giving up 20 offensive rebounds is not going to equate. So we've been good defensively all year, and I think we're going to see that there were some definitely good defensive possessions, but if you don't finish the play with a rebound, now you've got to guard for 30 more seconds, and that's very hard to sustain for 40 minutes.
With rebounding, is that as simple as just boxing out,
Yes.
being more physical?
Yes, 100%. There's no magic trick. They're not more athletic than us. They're not bigger than us at every position. That's just purely discipline.
Frida, obviously they had the lead for the whole time. You guys would make some runs at them. But every time you guys got close, they would come right back with 4 or 5 points in a row. So how frustrating is that, when you're exude all that energy to get back up there and then just bam, they're right back up? How tough was that?
It's very frustrating, but that's also what Utah's really good at. And I think to beat them, you have to, as we said, you have to really just control the things that you can do, like rebounding, like defending, being solid, because they do go on those runs too. So, I think today was just all in our effort and in our details. And when we don't have those down, you can't really go on a run. You can't just live off of making 2 threes in a row.
Maya, for you, what was kind of different in this game offensively? You were obviously more productive today than you were even on Friday. Was there something different about how they guarded you?
Not at all. I think, like Coach Jay said, nothing really changed. I think I just had a more aggressive mindset just because just what they talked about from a couple years ago, and they printed out this article about how we beat them there, and they came in here and beat us here. So I think that's what kind of changed my mindset of not letting them want to beat us on our home floor. But it was just a lot of things that we were able to control that we didn't control. So it was nothing about Utah, honestly. It was just everything about us.
What was your perspective of the rebounding today and why Utah was so good at it?
It was just, honestly, it was just awful. It was certain possessions where there were long possessions or long rebounds, and we didn't run out the balls or hustle to the ball. Balls going over our heads on the free throw line, honestly, me personally. I had a couple of those, and it was just honestly things that, again, we could control and just didn't have enough effort or put enough energy into fighting for the ball, I feel like. And we didn't fight for extra possessions, and they were fighting for extra possessions because they wanted to beat us.
Frida, the days are young from them. I think she had 9 threes all season before Friday. She's had 9 in the last 2 games. you know, what about her surprised you about, you know, her three-point shooting this weekend?
I don't know, like, of course, she wasn't a, like, great shooter like the rest of them on, like, the scout, but, I mean, all of them can shoot, and I think our defense just kind of collapsed sometimes and left her way too open because of, like, they took advantage of our rotations. So, yeah, they're just really good at finding the open man, and our rotations just weren't good enough on that.
Anything else?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.